I'm going to speak to this dimensional shift. You know, everyone talks about the great shift, the great awakening, which it is. And also personally, you know, shifting. And the big invitation here tonight is going to be shifting from your head to your heart. And, you know, people say, oh, be in your heart, or, you know, you need to stay in your heart. And so I'm going to talk a bit about what that means and why that's so important and relevant now. And how do we do that, right? So give you some tools to help you do that. And like I said, we'll have time for questions at the end. Okay, so now I think I will take my own advice. Have some water. Okay, so we're in the midst of this big transition to the Aquarian age, and we're moving, you know, broadly speaking, from um, a separation consciousness to unity consciousness, from fear to love. And what we know is ancients have predicted that, you know, this is a time of a golden age, or a golden age is possible now, and is actually our divine royal heritage and birthright. And so, you know, maybe the bigger issue is, you know, can we live fearlessly through this time, which has so much fear and confusion and stress and tension and so much that's up collectively now. And can we surrender to the divine forces that are at work, both in us, within us, and through the collective right now? But what we have to remember is that it is a choice, that we are free will beings, and we have to be making choices. So that's why I call this the choice for love, and becoming, you know, more conscious of how we make those choices and when. Because, you know, what the ancient wisdom is that even during golden ages, and there have been other golden ages on the earth, there are still people who are living in you know, separation, duality consciousness. We might say living in hell. So while we can bring heaven on earth, you know, we still have free will, and we still can be pretty miserable even in a golden age. So the key is remembering that we are powerful creator beings, that we're always dreaming our reality into being, and that the world we have now is a reflection of our state of consciousness, our past state of consciousness and collective state of consciousness, you know, the feelings and the thoughts and the intentions that we were holding collectively. And so now these current times, you know, is a time of when all of that is up. I mean, if there was ever a time when everything is up, it's now. And so during this global pandemic, we've been given time. This is the gift. I'm sure it wasn't intended, but the gift is we've been given time to turn within, to connect with source again and with our own inner wisdom and power. So the great shift. Now, it is said that dimensional shifts are a common occurrence in the cosmos. So this is not the first time or the first place that a dimensional shift has occurred. In fact, evolution and you know, moving through states of consciousness to higher frequencies is part of the unfolding of the creation. But often, and in the past, these shifts have been accompanied by huge geophysical events that are catastrophic even for biological life. And we've had that happen here on the earth before. So this time of dimensional shift was predicted by the Mayans and other ancient cultures as a time when our solar system would be moving through the photon belt. And that photon belt, higher frequency light and energy, would activate and accelerate our evolution. It's also said, and important to understand that what we're going through is a very specific and time limited opportunity, right? There's a window, and the Mayans talked about that. There would be a window where we had the capability of shifting all our planetary consciousness into, a higher frequency. So while the sun is raining, these new light geometries, codes of light, it's upgrading all bodies, all life on Earth. And the chaos and destruction and confusion that we're seeing on the globe is evidence of that. So I'd like to speak a little more about these dimensional shifts and what they mean, like what's happening for us, individually and collectively.